Yo guys, it's your homie Xeno Pain. I'd like to welcome y'all to another First Descendant video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the Python, and I will timestamp everything down in the description below. So if you guys want to check out anything that you guys want to skip to, go for that. But we will be going over a fully built Python and a beginner one for those of you who are just getting Python, and then we'll have some boss gameplay towards the end of the video. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. First up, we are going with the fully kitted out Python. As y'all can see here, I'll give you guys a chance to go ahead and look at the mods, so that way you guys can just, if you guys want to bounce out after this, you guys can. If you guys want to stay, awesome. But we do have weak point quickfire for weak point and some fire rate. Then we do have aiming, weak point damage plus 40%, accuracy negative 20%. Accuracy is not that big of a deal. I know the negative 20% seems like it's huge, but my bullet spread's still pretty tight. We're still able to do some awesome bossing. We don't have to compensate with another mod or any of that. And then we do have rifling reinforcement for that firearm attack. We do have a sharp precision shot. I have been hearing a bunch of people saying that if you're on Glay using a Python, you should use mental focus. I have no clue if that's better or not. All I know is I love sharp precision shot, especially on my Freyna when I use my ultimate, because it translates into Freyna's ultimate, speeds up the rate of fire as you're holding down the trigger. Then we do have maximize weight balance for rounds per magazine. Then we have consume magazines for reload time modifier and weak point damage. Then we have expand weapon charge, which gives us even more rounds per magazine. Action and reaction for more firearm attack, weak point sight for even more weak point damage, and this slot we left it with no catalyst. That way we can swap between all of the enhancement elements at 12. So depending on what boss you're fighting, you can switch to electric enhancement. Maybe you want to do a little bit of toxic enhancement. Maybe you want to do firearm enhancement. And then we also have chill enhancement here. You can switch between every single one of the elements to give you that extra oomph. You can see here we do have it kitted out for firearm attack, rounds per magazine, toxic attack, and weak point damage, because it is a weak point damage gun. As you can see here, it's doing toxic and chill all at the same time. So just having that last slot, being able to switch between all the elemental enhancements, it's just awesome. And the reason why we try to build weak point on the Python is because when you look at its base stats, its firearm critical hit rate is at a low 5%. Its firearm critical hit damage is at a 1.3 times multiplier, while its weak point damage is at a 2 times multiplier. So it has the most benefits by building weak point modules on the weapon. And then we go ahead and look at its unique ability. It gives you recoil 30% right off the rip, max stats 20, duration 1 second, non-attribute resistance negative 2%, toxic resistance negative 1%, non-attribute resistance per stack negative 3.6%, and then toxic resistance per stack negative 1.3%. This gun is good for all non-attribute classes, including Freyna, which is toxic. So if you're on Valby, Python's gonna just be really good. If you're on Glay, Python's gonna be really good. And if you're on Freyna, Python is gonna do really good. Now, a fully maxed out Python with all the dupes into it is gonna give you 0% recoil at the end of it all, a duration of 2 seconds. Max stats go up to 28%, while non-attribute resistance, toxic resistance, non-attribute resistance per stack, and toxic resistance per stack all stay the same. So this is what a fully kitted out Python looks like at +4. Now we come over here and check out even more stats. Our firearm attack is 18,995. Our fire rate is 1153. Our rounds per magazine is 53. Reload time 1.12 seconds. Firearm critical hit rate 5%. Firearm critical hit damage 1.3%. Our burst is 10%. Our attribute status effect trigger rate is 3.45%. Our weak point damage has a 3.62 times multiplier. And our hip fire accuracy is 48.88. Aimed shot accuracy is 68.44. So you see that's big weak point damage. If we take that off, our weak point damage is at a solid 81%. reload time modifier at 25%, rounds per magazine 79%, firearm attack 93%. Now, when you do have rounds per magazine rolled onto it, it does give you 57 rounds to just dump into any enemy that you see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this fully kitted out Python. Now we're going to go ahead and jump to a beginner build for Python users who are just getting their Python right out the gate. I also have a build for those of you who are just getting your Python. Now we do have weak point sight, rifling reinforcement for more firearm attack, and fire rate up for more fire rate. Now, if you can squeeze just a little bit more out of it, I do recommend expand weapon charge, and or maximize weight balance for more rounds per magazine. The more rounds you have, the better. That's just my opinion. Mine has 57, so just more rounds, better. But anyway, I have done a executioner fight with this version of the Python and another executioner fight with the fully kitted out Python. So let me know your thoughts towards the end of the video, what you all think. I hope this build helps all of you. And if it does, like and subscribe to the video. Share it with all your homies and homegirls. Other than that, yeah, homie, Zeno Payne out. Peace.